Welcome to PAWS Academy. Here, every week, you will get a chance to learn something new and exciting about pets or wild animals and how you can help them. Hi there! Welcome back to PAWS Academy, and if you're new to PAWS Academy, welcome! My name is Bailey, and I'm an educator at PAWS, where people are helping animals every day. In the last episode, we talked about habitat loss and how it affects northwestern pond turtles. I hope you all had a chance to talk to someone in your life about habitat loss and how it affects animals around you. If you missed our last episode, you can click the link in the description and it'll take you right to the video. This week, we are going to be learning more about why it's important to not feed wildlife food that they wouldn't find in the wild. In this episode, we are going to be focusing on the mallard duck. The habitats of mallard ducks are mostly lakes and ponds where they can find nesting areas and their food. Mallards can be seen throughout North America, as well as Europe and Asia in ponds, parks, wetlands, and estuaries. They will nest on the ground, on dry land that is close to the water, but generally will conceal their nests in overhanging grass or other plants. Similar to our last episode about the northwestern pond turtle, mallard ducks are also omnivores. They eat both meat and plants. This means that they can eat a wide variety of food, from seeds and aquatic vegetation to earthworms, snails, and freshwater shrimp. Now that you know a little bit more about mallard ducks, let's dive into the issue that they will be helping us learn about today. A common activity that you might not know is dangerous is feeding the ducks at your local pond or lake. I know that when I was growing up, it was normal to go feed the ducks, but then I learned that common snacks for humans can be incredibly harmful to our waterfowl friends. Waterfowl includes swans, geese, and ducks. Waterfowl can be found on every continent except Antarctica and can even be found in the high Arctic. The many problems associated with feeding the ducks are what we are focusing on in this episode. My hope is that you, just like me, learn that there are many risks associated with feeding ducks, even though people feeding ducks have good intentions. It may be an exciting experience, but feeding the ducks can lead to overcrowding. Overcrowding means when there is more people, animals, or things in a space than is comfortable or safe. When food becomes abundant or plentiful, more ducks will be attracted to the area. Then, more eggs will be laid in the area, and that creates a problem with overpopulation. If you watch the pet series of PAWS Academy, you'll remember that overpopulation means there is too much of a certain species. Human food, like bread, is also unnatural for ducks. When food sources are unnatural, this can lead to malnutrition of the animal. Malnutrition is when someone doesn't have enough to eat, is not eating enough of the right thing, or is unable to eat the food that they are supposed to eat. If the ducks are malnourished, it can affect their ability to develop properly, migrate to find food in the winter, have babies, or even grow their feathers. Malnutrition can also result in something called angel wing, where a bird's wings are permanently damaged if fed the wrong diet while they're growing. It's really sad, but it is preventable by making sure that ducks don't eat human food. Did you know that another result of feeding ducks bread is that it can spread disease? Any uneaten human food can contaminate the water and the beach and cause ducks and other animals to get sick. If you were able to watch the third episode in the wildlife series, we talked about how to be a good steward of our wild neighbors, and being good stewards includes looking after the habitats around us. I would never want to impact a habitat in a negative way, and I'm sure you wouldn't want to either. Many people don't realize that bread and other human foods can be deadly to waterfowl, including mallards, or that feeding wildlife may cause them to stop eating natural nutrient-rich foods from their habitats. Did you know that wild waterfowl like mallards are not equipped to process bread, crackers, or other common human foods? This female mallard duck was brought to PAWS after appearing lethargic and dehydrated, meaning she couldn't move and was really sick. Once the amazing team at the PAWS Wildlife Center was able to examine her, they found that she had an obstruction in her throat. This means that something was blocking her throat, and she couldn't eat or breathe easily. The obstruction turned out to be a large mass of bread. Since her body wasn't equipped to eat the bread, it had lodged itself in her throat, restricting her ability to breathe. Luckily, the PAWS Wildlife staff was able to remove all the bread, help her recover, and release her back to her natural habitat. I encourage you to let everyone you know that feeding any wildlife can disrupt their natural behaviors. This includes more than just the waterfowl at your local lakes and ponds. We encourage everyone to enjoy our outdoor spaces in the Pacific Northwest and around the world, but make sure that you're always appreciating wild animals from a distance. It's time for you to take action. We want you to tell someone in your life one reason why it's important for you to not feed the ducks at your local lakes and ponds. You can use any of the reasons you learned about in this video. Tell a family member, a friend, a classmate, a teacher, or anybody else in your life. This is one way that you can be a steward or a champion for the wildlife in your neighborhoods. Additionally, go to our website, paws.org/PAWS Academy, and click on the activities that go with this video. You can learn even more about why it's important to not feed the wildlife in your neighborhood and around the world. If you learned something new in this episode, make sure to give it a like or a thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in again today to PAWS Academy. I'm so excited to keep learning with you all. I hope you have learned a way that you can help wild animals today. The next time I see you, we will continue to dive into issues that our wild neighbors are facing. Until then, I'm Bailey. Keep helping the animals. Bye-bye. Special thank you to our friends at VCA Animal Hospitals for sponsoring this episode of PAWS Academy. Make sure that you click the red subscribe button and turn the bell on so you don't miss another PAWS Academy video. See you next time. Bye-bye.